bike up, so I need to start doing those 10 minutes. Whoa! Just destroyed everything over here. You're making me do this. I am not happy. Yes, the fire is intentional. Let's see if I can make this work. I'll hold the mic. I will hold mic in place. Okay, people. Wait, I need an alarm. Because I am not riding a bike for longer than 10 minutes. So I am going to put an alarm on this. Also, is this stable? I don't feel like this is stable. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Where's my alarm thing? You guys. Timer. Setting a timer for 10 minutes. Starting now. You guys suck. What is this? Not a bicycle stream? Yup up. There's the timer for 10 minutes. You guys are the worst. I am holding the mic. Can I play the game at the same time? Wait, can I? Can I play the game at the same time? Welcome to chaos. You did miss a helmet on your head, Tasha. Go get the spaghetti. The strainer! Guys, no, we're not doing the strainer again. You guys are the worst, let me tell you that much. Wait, how do I make this? Okay. I don't know if I can do everything at the same time. Okay, so I can't play the game and bike at the same time. You might have said, oh my god. This is the only way you're ever gonna get me to do exercise. I'm already tired. We're only 2 minutes in. You guys are the worst. I am already tired. Well then, since I'm here and I apparently can't play the game at the same time as holding the mic at the same time as riding a bike, well, that all rhymes. That all rhymes, kind of. And yet I thought when Strainer was introduced, I saw everything. But here we are. Polly, how many times have you said this by now? I'm pretty sure you said this multiple times by now. Mark is like, ugh. Yeah, well, here we are. You guys were so disappointed that you didn't get the bike ride last time as a redeem that I decided, you know what? Let me make it fun for you guys. Let me make myself get tortured by you guys and just do this. Now here we are. Riding a bike on stream. Forcing me to get exercise done. Yes! I do not exercise! I'm a freaking couch potato. You give your best to raise some good, but sometimes you just need to... Hey, he dropped me. He let me fall a bunch of times, so this is not just my fault. Exhausted. I am a couch potato, guys. I'm a freaking couch potato. Well, listen, while I'm here and I still have 7 more minutes, oh my god, I'm gonna die. My legs are gonna be so sore. 10 minutes is more bicycle riding than the last 10 years. Yeah, probably. So is it hot in Portugal? Yes, it is. God freaking damn it. Your girl don't exercise enough. Demon voice is coming out. Holy crap. Also, hi Jaden. I don't know if I said hi Jaden already, but hi Jaden. I'm exhausted. Okay, guys, while I'm here and we got 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. That's just good in demon mode. Let me tell you about what happened last week. because I can actually tell the story because I have no idea what the man's name was. And it's embarrassing. And it is disgusting. And, well, we need something to talk about while I can't do anything over there. So, yeah. Trying to put my feet in the correct position because they're right now not. Also, I am not wearing shoes right now. I'm doing this with socks on, so this is fun. Why are you biking? Because somebody redeemed a bike ride. So now I'm riding a bike. You gonna tell a story while riding this bike? This is gonna go well. This is gonna go so well. You are here for chaos and confusion, right? Because this is what we're here for. Chaos and confusion. Somebody would do such a thing. You, Savage, you would do such a thing. I blame you, Jeroen. There's only 50 minutes. I'm gonna up this to 20 after this stream. Time to add fitness tag on your stream. Oh yeah, Savage, I did that. I did that. I'm still holding the mic, guys. Okay, 20? Sure, 25? Do I make it 50? My name, silly, my good name. What good name? Look at what you made me do. I still have like 5 minutes left, and I'm already dying. So Tasha, did remember to put a cap on 1 redeem per stream, or you know what? I did put a cap on it, but I'm pretty sure I've overestimated my capacities of riding a bike. So, yeah, I don't know. I need 30 more points. Oh no, I missed messages. I can't scroll up to see the messages. Sorry, Pop. No cap? Oh no, there is a cap. There is a cap. There's just, the wrong cap. Because I thought I could do better than what I'm doing. I am so tired right now. My legs are on fire. Anyway, let me tell you guys the story of what happened last week because it is disgusting and you guys should hear about it. You guys should totally hear about it because of how gross it is. I want to turn the screen back on, but I literally can't reach the controllers from here. So think of it like this, okay? If it's just gonna be me, it's gonna be limited to 1 per stream though. Thank you, at least that. Good lord. Okay, so the events of last week that I totally forgot to tell you guys about it on Friday. Get ready to get disgusted. I hope you're not eating food, because if you are eating food, I would highly recommend you stop eating said food until I finish this story. This is your warning. Also, the fact that I'm still talking is kind of, I would say it's kind of impressive. I just finished, go for it. Okay, good, Sam. Good. I can do chocolate and compress. No, you can't. Are you holding your mic? Yes, I am holding my mic. Otherwise, the mic will fall. Even I have enough heart and compassion to not do this to you. I never thought I would have a compassion to touch you. Okay, so this is a story about a drunk that clearly fled the hospital and walked in the wrong direction, okay? In total, not today. Oh, good lord. Okay, so I am sweating right now. I've not been built for this. Just sit up straight and hold the mic. I am trying to sit up straight, but my arms won't reach the mic if I fully sit up straight. Like, quite literally, I am too small. And this thing doesn't move this way. So I really can't. I have to sit cricket. Cricket. The cord only goes so far. I have all the cable routed beneath my desk. 2 more minutes. I can do this. Cool shirt, thank you. It is pie, and it's made up of pie. Scoozy, scoozy. Well, no scoozy for you, good sir. I'm sweating. Good lord. Okay. So, the poop story. You guys ready for the poop story? Because holy crap, the poop story was weird. We've reached our quota for the year, that's for sure. Breathless Tasha, yeah. You know what? 10 minutes of riding a bike is gonna take me like 30 minutes to recover. So I hope you know what you're getting into. Chat is leaving me breathless. Yeah, you're definitely taking my breath away. Jaden52856 has been following Tiny Tasha for 8 months, 3 days, 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Thank you for being here. I am sweating, and I hate it. We have 1 minute left. Okay, so I can do this. I can get through this story. It is about 10 in the morning on, I want to say Thursday. You're slowing. Go, 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 go. It's about 10 in the morning on Thursday when this man walks into the shop. Now, he clearly was drunk. Am I lagging or you? I am lagging. I am lagging really hard, guys. My legs hurt. I am lagging physically. Okay, so the man walks into the shop. He's completely drunk and he has a hospital bracelet on. Which, I mean, granted, you would have to be crazy to walk from the hospital to our shop. Cause there's literally a busy road with no sidewalks en route. So, 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's over. Oh my god, I'm dead. Why did I do this to myself? Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm sweaty. You have to understand, this is more exercise today than I've probably done all year. Excluding Rome. Rome doesn't count, that was a holiday. One more redeem. Oh, absolutely not, I'm switching this stuff off. Hold on, no, I am not about to let y'all torture me like this. I gave myself way too much credit for this. We're putting this at 25. I don't care, I'm doing this right now. And I'm setting the limit to 1. It used to be 3 because I thought I could hold out for 30 minutes in case you did that, but you didn't do that, so now suck it. I'm breathless. Okay.